I did a first impressions video about a month ago, and I don't really want to exactly retread those exact things, but essentially after playing the beta test before its official release, I was very positive about the game, and that was much better than what I expected. I went in thinking I was just going to go in, do a couple of laps, then just be done with it, but the few courses they had available, the characters, the feeling, the music, and everything was very enjoyable. The only thing I was worried about was the price, and pretty much, my first impressions are now my final opinion. That was easy. But for the sake of this being a video and not a short, I gotta yap more. So what really sets this apart from other racing games is the Crossworlds feature. There are 3 unique courses in each cup. You play through 4 races in total. Don't worry, I said that right. In each of the races, except for the last one, there will be 3 laps played in total. But the second lap would be like a wildcard lap. Whoever is in first place will pick 2 options of what the second lap will be. It could be a balloon trip in the clouds, you could be braving the pirate seas, or whatever. I thought it was actually really cool, and the presentation for these was cool. It could be done a bit better on the transition, which I'll touch on later, but I think it's pretty neat because it makes each race a bit more special and a bit more unique. The last race in each cup will actually run a lap through each of the 3 features of the course that you already played through. So for example, for the Donpa Cup, it features the courses East Stadium, Rainbow Garden, and Water Palace. So for the last race, the first lap is East Stadium, then it transitions into Rainbow Garden for the second lap, then it finally transitions into Water Palace for the last lap. I probably ran the Donpa Cup like tons of times by now, and it never felt repetitive or anything. I think the random second lap in the first 3 races really helps spice things up, and it makes it feel like arcadey, which I think really benefits this game. The racing itself was actually really smooth. Maybe I was going in with low expectations initially in the beta, but there wasn't like any weird jank or anything. The drifting around corners feel really nice, especially when you pair it with like some cool gadget abilities. Transforming into the boat and plane was intuitive and smooth. Even online play, it didn't feel terrible to play. It felt really nice and smooth to play, which honestly kind of surprised me. But there has been a handful of times where it visually looks like I got second place, then it awarded me first place in online. Probably like a desync lag or something. Also, probably the reason why online plays only for, I think it's Sonic speed and not supersonic speed, which is the fastest speed. But I guess personally, I don't really care the difference between first and second place desync lag or whatever. I just want to play the fastest speed available in the game, which I hope they add supersonic speed into online very soon. And yes, this game is at full price at $70, along with a season pass for like all future DLCs, which I think is like $20. And there are some free updates like Joker as Racer, but I mean in terms of content, I thought it was really good. Probably more justified at like $60, but I was still surprised at the amount of content and customizations you could do. For starters, there are 24 tracks spread among 8 cups, along with 15 crossworlds. Each normal track has a soundtrack for its first lap, final lap, and each crossworld has its own soundtrack. Each track in crossworld has its own time trial goal to achieve, and the more goals you achieve in the time trials, you get more soundtracks that appear in different points from the Sonic franchise. So you can get a soundtrack from like Sonic Colors or Sonic Heroes or whatever, and you can set these up in a jukebox where you can play these soundtracks instead of whatever like the default thing for like that particular racetrack when you're racing. Then there are 23 free characters that you can choose from, which I believe almost all of them are available from the start, aside from like AI versions of the racers and Supersonic. And I guess also Hatsune Miku, I think she's free for all players. And then each of these base characters have like a friendship level that you can buy, and you can get like more like titles, I believe. And while we're on the topic of titles, there are a lot of titles you can get. Since they're essentially tied to achievements, there are some limited online event titles, but the vast majority of them are achievable in the base game. I'm currently running like an Elite Course Conqueror, and it looks really cool. But that's not the only thing that's customizable. The cars are also customizable. You can mix and match car parts within the same class for the looks and stats. You can recolor your car, put some decal and make it look goofy or whatever. You can change the horn, the aura, and all that. You can earn more of these for free in these online events too. And each race you can set up a loadout of gadgets that really change the way you race. If you want to make a build of getting your drift boost really fast, or a build to get max ring super fast with an increased ring cap, or something where you get to spam more items. And I was surprised just by the amount of gadgets that are available, and there are still gadgets that I still have to get. It's just astonishing the amount of stuff in this game. And look, I'm not a completionist type of guy, right? The content is actually rewarding and fun. that now I only really need 2 more achievements to 100% this game. It's been that enjoyable. But just like I said in my other video, there were still a few things I didn't really like. For starters, what I recognized immediately was that the game was capped at 60 frames. And that's the highest option. I don't see why it can't go up to maybe at least to 120. Maybe it's competitive integrity or something since there's crossplay, but I think for any game that's like speed related, it looks nice when it's silky smooth on your 200 plus hertz monitor or whatever you have. And if it's capped at 60 frames, it just kind of feels like a detriment to the game. And honestly, also the transition between like the different cross worlds or whatever, it can be a bit smoother. Maybe I'm spoiled from playing like too much Marvel Rivals and just strange portaling everywhere with ease. But when entering the portal, there's a very noticeable flash that flashes your entire screen for like half a second. It's kind of like a coding cheat because I think it kind of shows like that's where like the loading screen is. And there are objects in the background. I noticed it in like certain cross worlds and I guess like the normal racetracks as well, where like the objects in the background are running at 5 frames per second. It could be an optimization thing that could be fixed for launch, but it was very noticeable. And other than that, the actual performance of the game was good. I mean, I have a high-end PC, so I would be very, very worried if there was any stutter or frame rate drops. But overall, I really enjoy playing this game. I mean, I haven't played Mario Kart World. I think I will at some point soon, because I just ordered a Switch 2 just the other day to play the new Pokemon game. But it would be very interesting playing Mario Kart after Crossworld. Sonic Racing Crossworld is just really good, really fun, really smooth, and most importantly, a really rewarding experience. Everything I did always felt like there was something to get, and replaying through the tracks in Crossworlds never felt like a chore because the feeling of wanting to get better was always present. Being good at this game felt really good. Getting better at a particular track felt really good, and that pushed me to want to play even more and feel good. Now, I do think $70 can be too much for many people. I bought it at $90, but that's a different matter. But I would highly recommend this game if and when it goes on discount. There are a lot of good stuff in the base game, and based on their roadmap, there is a decent amount of free updates and paid DLCs. And they actually put a lot of effort into them. The Minecraft DLC just came out the other day. The track is amazing. The soundtracks are actually pretty decent. I think there's like 6 of them, which is 3 more than I expected it to be. 3 new characters, a goofy looking minecart that's fun to put decals on, with I think SpongeBob is next, along with a few notable other ones. I think that Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a really good game, and I wonder whenever I play Mario Kart World, that will I have that same excitement playing it, because at least based on the online sentiment around Mario Kart World that I've seen, people are enjoying Sonic Racing over Mario Kart. That'll do it for me for today. Make sure to like and subscribe as my goal is to get to 500 subs by the end of the month. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you guys for watching.